Okay, guys, hello. So in this semester, inshallah, we will start from Unit 7 and we will finish at Unit 12. This is English 2. In today's lecture, inshallah, we'll start Unit 7. As we said before, a copy of the file or of the book will be available in the Telegram. Okay, so you can check the Telegram channel so you can download the book of this course. Okay, let's start our first unit and our first lesson of today. As you can see, we have student book and workbook. Student book where we will have the lessons, and if you want to apply what did you learn, you need to go to the workbook. Again, both of those copies will be available in the Telegram. Okay, let's open the student's book. As we said, we are at Unit 7. Unit 7 is about specifications. 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 Usually, if you want to pronounce a long word, you need to separate them in pronunciation. It goes specifications. So this is a noun. What do you mean by that? Specification is technical description of a device or an item. Okay, imagine that you are willing to build a mobile phone. تبني مثلا أو تسوي جوال. Okay, you go to the factory in China. تروح المصنع. They will build the mobile based on specification you gave them. Okay, specifications here, what you really want. Okay, the height of the mobile, for example, the width, the processor, the battery. Okay, so specifications mean the technical descriptions of an item. مواصفات, specifications. Okay, so in this unit we have three lessons. We have dimensions, quantities, future projects. Okay, we'll start with dimensions. Okay, dimensions. Okay, what do I mean by dimensions? Okay, dimensions. These are the dimensions. Okay, we have height. Okay, height. What do you mean by height? The distance from this point to this point. This is height. Okay, the distance from this point to this point is length. Okay, the distance from this point to this point, as you can see inside the box, is the depth. It is usually used with holes and water to measure the surface up to the ground. And finally, we have the width. As you can see, this is the width. This is the width. Okay, dimensions about height. طول الارتفاع طول وعرض. So these are dimensions. Okay, look at number one. What do you know about this bridge? So this is a bridge. Okay, a bridge is basically a way of transportation from two islands or from an obstacle where no cars can go from one point to another without a bridge. A link. It is like a linking point. This is the bridge. جسر. Okay. So try to answer these questions from 1 to 3 based on the listening. So you will hear listening or recording. Try to um, identify its name, what is called, the location, where is it, and finally how high. High. Okay. Okay, and the listening that you hear, uh, you can you should find the three answers of these questions: the name, the location, and the height. Okay, try to listen again. Okay, let's see the answers. For number one, the name of the bridge is the Milao Bridge. As you can see, capital, 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 the capital letters in each, or at the beginning of each word, identify or represent a noun. Okay, the name, the Milao Bridge. So the bridge name is the Milao Bridge. The location, where is this bridge from? It is in the south. Okay, we have west, south, north, east of France. 3. How high is it? I need a number. How high? The distance from this point up to this point. The height. This is the length. This is the height. So it is 336.4 meter above, above the river Tarn. Okay, let's talk about quickly about the components of this bridge. If you want to build a bridge, what are the components? What do you need in order to build a bridge? Okay, first of all, you need piers. Okay, these are piers. Okay, a pier uh, functions as a base where you can hold the deck. Okay, and its component. This is a deck, as you can see. Can you see? This is a deck, not a road. A deck where you put the road on. These are pylons. These are pylons. These are cables. Cables. Okay. So again, we have piers, deck, pylon, cables. The distance from this point to this point, مسافة من هنا لهنا, they call it span. So this is one span, two span, three span, four span, five, six. So how many spans do we see here in the bridge? Or how much or how many spans does the bridge have? 7. Okay, let's continue. Again, these are the vocabulary. So this is a cable. Okay, you can see they are in plural, so need to put s here. These are cables. Okay, a deck. This is the deck. Okay, deck. It's like the base of the street. You cannot put a street with something that would support it. Otherwise, it will fall down. So this is a deck. Pier. These are piers. Piers works like a base where you can put the deck, pylons, and cables on it. Span, as we said before, the distance from this point to this point. Okay, مثل الشبر هذه. أقول مثلا one span, two span, three span. Okay, so try to match the vocabulary with the pictures or the picture. Okay, we have another listening video or listening clip. It is about the specifications. Okay, as we said before, specification is a detailed or technical description of the bridge, the structure, the date, the material, piers, the number of spans, the length of inner span. Without specification, no one can build what you want. Okay, so you need to put in the numbers what do you hear from the listening. Okay, materials, here it means something where you can build or use them to build the bridge. Again, what? Number. Okay, here you need a number. You need to put number. Length. This is a dimension. Length. مسافة أو الطول. الطول ارتفاع. Length, height. Okay, length of outer spans. So inner P داخل, outer spans خارج. Okay, number of piers, أرقام, again numbers كلها أرقام. Okay, how to answer them or how to write them, you need to listen. Okay, the answers are in the listening clip. الأجوبة كلها في listening. Okay, let's check the answers. I know it's quite a bit difficult. The level of the listening is quite a bit difficult and higher than most of the students here. But you need to try to guess in order to be able to answer the questions. Or you can build yourself from uh, a lower level so we can reach to this level. So let's check the answers. The material. What is the bridge made of? It is made of steel. Steel. Okay, steel. It's like a wood. Okay, steel something rigid. You need to build it, use it in buildings, bridges, cars, basically everywhere. Steel. Okay, piers. The piers. So I need to know what the piers made of. Okay. Reinforced concrete. Concrete here means الخرسانة. Concrete. Reinforced means more powerful. مقوى. Okay, total number of spans. I need to hear a number of the spans. So we have 8. The length. Okay, distance from this point to this point. Length. (342). The length of outer spans 204. Number of piers 7. The height of pylons above deck 90. The height of deck above water. فوق. Okay, above means فوق. Length of deck. Length again. This is the length. Height. Length. Okay, 2.46. And finally, the width of deck is 32. Okay, let's continue. Okay, here in exercise 5, we need to complete the table. So this is a table. We have adjective, noun, صفة, اسم. Okay, for the dimensions, we have, they are divided into 2. Adjective, like high, long. Deep, wide. هذه يسمونها صفات. Okay, the adjective follows the noun or describes a noun. الصفات توصف الاسم. مثلا أحمد is smart ذكي. وصف مين بالذكاء؟ أحمد اللي هو اسم. Okay. طيب, other part is the noun. الأبعاد, كلمات الأبعاد لها شق ثاني اللي هو إنه ممكن تصير اسم هي نفسها. الطول مثلا بالعربي الطول. Okay. العرض. Okay. Depth, width. Okay, you need to memorize them. تحتاج تحفظهم. You need to memorize and identify the adjective and the nouns of the dimensions. So high, this is the adjective. The noun the high is height. Long. The adjective, the noun is length. Okay. The adjective deep, the noun is depth. The adjective wide, the noun is width. Okay, both the adjective and noun can be used in a sentence in order to describe the dimension of something. But both of them use a different structure. Okay, let's see an example here. Okay, exercise 6, we need to complete the sentences with the correct word in the brackets. Okay, so from 1 to 8, for each one, we have two choices. You need to put in the blank either first choice or the second one. Okay. Look at number 1. Okay, we have blank at the beginning. That. Usually, guys, that comes before a noun. that تيجي قبل اسم. طيب which one is the noun؟ ايش هو الاسم هنا؟ واحدة صفة واحدة اسم. You need to go back to the schedule or the table. Okay, هذا الاسم. So in the answer or in the blank we need to put the width. طبعا the width. You want to talk about the dimension of something. تتكلم مثلا عن البعد شيء معين، هذا noun كاسم. تمام، هتبدأ بالبعد اللي تبغى تتكلم عنه. تتكلم عن الطول. You want to talk about the width, height, long, length of a shape of something. Okay. بعد after that you need to use of. مرة ثانية of قبلها before of we need a noun. قبلها لازم يكون عندي اسم. What do you mean by of? What does it mean of? Of means this something is part of this something. معناته جزء من الكل. تمام، أتكلم عن جزئية العرض من الكل اللي هو الطريق. Okay. بعدها after that we need a verb. الفعل، تحتاج الفعل. After that you need to put the number and the measurement unit. تذكر الرقم وحدة القياس استخدمتها. كذا you talked about the dimension of the road in terms of its width. Okay. هذه طريقة من استخدامات اسم البعد، الاسم العرض هنا في جملة. مرة ثانية تحتاج ذا. ايش معنى ذا؟ هذا علامة تعريف. ذا شيء محدد، نتكلم عن ال. بعدها with why because that comes requires a noun. تحتاج اسم. قلنا في two choices adjective and a noun. the اسم صفة واسم. بعد after that of. Okay, why? Because the width is parts something smaller than the bigger one, which is the root. After that, a verb. I used is. Why? Because the subject of the sentence here is plural. No s at the end of any word here. ما في اس هنا. استخدمت is. After that, you need to mention the number and then measurement unit. Okay, let's see number 2. Here, the noun of the thing we are going to talk about is at the beginning. الاسم فيه هنا في البداية، اسم الشيء. Okay. After that, verb, number, measurement unit. ايش تحتاج؟ ما دام الاسم عطاني اياه في البداية. So we have long or length. One is adjective, the other one is noun. The correct answer, long. Why? Because the adjective describes the noun, which is here in this state is the river. هنا وصفنا فيها الاسم اللي جاك بالبداية. تمام؟ استخدمنا كلمة long. باختصار جاك فراغ في البداية. The beginning needs to show the noun. اختار الاسم. الاسم حق البعد هذا هو طول عرض على حسب اللي يجيك. هنا جاك الخيار الويدث. اوكي جاك الفراغ في الاخير بعد نقطة ما يجي اسم. يجي ايش؟ صفة. Okay, let's see number 3. The sea has a. A is like the word the, but this one definite, this one is indefinite. Okay, I'm talking in general, not talking about specific thing. Again, of, if you need to use of, you should have a noun here before. Don't forget a part. Okay, a part. Here I need a part. Okay, let's see the answers. So we have deep, deep, or depth. Here I need the noun. Which one is the noun? Deep or depth. ايش الاسم هنا؟ طبعا حسب الجدول. As we said before, you need to memorize the table. تحتاج تحفظ الجدول عشان تعرف تحل. Okay, depth. Again, you use the adjective in this case if there is blank at the end. Okay, you have full stop and a blank, you need to use the adjective. الصفة عندك فراغ في الأخير استخدم صفة، فراغ في النص أو في البداية استخدم الاسم. بسيطة. Okay, 4. These binals, so we are talking about the binals, are because binals is plural. جمع. Over 80 m. Okay, 80 m of what? تمام. نتكلم عن ايش عندنا بالضبط؟ About height. Okay, height. I can't say height. It is incorrect. Height describes the noun binals. Noun binals comes at the beginning. Okay, let's see 5. These oils wells, okay, this is the noun. R, YR, we have lower S is الجمع هنا. These oil wells are more than 700 meter. The adjective again, I need the adjective. Okay, at the end of each word, I need the adjective. 6. The total, okay, the total, we have of. It means that anything, the word that is prior to of, it should be noun, that's اسم. Length. 7. The canal is 15 meter. Again, we have noun before the adjective, so here I need an adjective. Wide. Finally, again, 8 like number 1, I need here the noun because after that usually we should have a noun and before of we should have noun. So we have 2 conditions where it is needed to use a noun here. الاسم هنا high ولا height. Height. Okay, can we change these sentences, change their structures from using the noun of dimension into adjective، يعني نغير التركيب حق الجمل، يعني بدل استخدام الصفة حقت البعد والاسم نستخدم صفة. Yes we can. طيب نشوف number 1 نقدر نغيرها. number 1 the width of the road is 6 meter. نتكلم عن ايش هنا؟ نتكلم عن الطريق. okay so we are talking about the road. تمام I need the width عرض الطريق هذا. ما بستخدم اسم، بستخدمها كصفة، يعني معناتها احطها في الأخير اللي هي بستخدم هذه في الأخير. كيف؟ زي هذا number 2. تمام هذه حتكون في البداية the road. تمام تكمل الجملة the road is فعل كم 6 meter. تمام بعدها تستخدم الصفة. كده غيرنا الجملة the road is 6 meter wide. العكس نبدأ start with the noun of the dimension، اسم البعد أول شيء. the width of جزء من ايش؟ هنتكلم عن ايش؟ of the road is 6 meter. طيب let's see number 2. okay need to use length. so length should be in the beginning. ايش نحتاج؟ نحتاج كلمة the. okay the length. the length. after that you need to put of. the river is 230 kilometers. okay let's see 3. the sea has a depth of 330 meters. I need to use deep, which basically you need to put it at the end. Here you need to substitute has with is. The sea is 330 meter deep. Let's see 4. These pylons are over 80 meter high. You need to use height. Again, I need that height. ارتفاع ايش؟ جزء من كل، لا تنسون of. sorry for the bad writing. The height of these pylons are over 80 meter. And here full stop. 5. These oil wells are more than 700 meter deep. We need to use depth. اسم البعد at the beginning. again the depth جزء من الكل of. أتكلم عن مين أنا؟ those oil wells. كيف عرفت؟ لأن عندي are، أي شيء بعد ال are from the start of the sentence the subject هو فاعل الجملة اللي نتكلم عنه. تكمل الجملة till the measurement unit. 6. The total length of the road is about 120 kilometers. Okay, I need here to use long. Okay, here I can remove length. You would say the total of the road is about 120 kilometers long. Or I can say the road is about 100 kilometers long. 7. The tunnel is 15 meter wide. I need to use width. اسم البعد مرة ثانية. The width هنا جزء من الكل of that tunnel اللي هو اسم الشيء مفرد استخدمها is بعد الرقم بعده that the measurement unit meter. وقف. 8 تحتاج الصفة يعني زي هنا آخر شيء أخليها في الجملة how to use that. okay تحتاج اسم الشيء the name of the thing the subject. The bridge is 130 meter high. Okay guys. Okay, how to make questions. If you want to ask about a dimension of something, let's say that you work as an engineer, شغالك كمهندس, you want to ask the supervisor about the height of the door, for example. How to make question. At the beginning, number one, we need to use how because we are talking about numbers. If you need to talk about numbers, you need to use how. Then you need to talk about the adjective of the dimension you are talking about. Are you talking about the height or the length or the depth? Or the width? Okay, let's say this door. Let's say this door. This is a door. Door. Okay. Okay. The height is 7.5. How to make question? You start with how. How? I need the adjective of the word height. How high is, because door is singular. It's not plural. It is means, or it means door. You can say how high is the door or how high is it if you are if you understand what does it mean. If you are talking about doors, means plural, جمع. How high are they, or how high are the doors? The answers, number one, it is for the singular, they are for the plural. مفرد للجمع. It is, they are. So that the number, for example, 6.5. The measurement units, we have millimeters, centimeters, meter, kilometer, and then the adjective of the dimension. So this is height. So I need the adjective of height, which is high. So this is an example of how we were able to make questions and answers about dimensions. Okay, quick revision of this lesson. In this lesson, we started our first unit this semester. The unit is about specification. We said that specifications mean a technical description of a project. If you need to build or assign someone to build something for you, the one who wants to build you that something needs from you specifications. Specification could include height, length, numbers, material, dates, everything uh, where it can make your project successful. Number one, we talked about the dimensions. We said dimensions are used if you want to talk about the numbers or the distances from, or want to describe the sizes of the objects. Okay, this is high as a noun, height as an adjective, length or long. Okay, this is width or wide. And finally, this is depth or deep. And number one, we talked about a bridge, which was about Millau Bridge. We talked about the components of the main components of any bridge, as you can see in this picture. These are the components. So we have cables, we have pylon. The pylon are used to link the cables with the deck of the bridge. We have pier. These are piers. As we said, it works as functions, or it works as a base for a deck where you can hold the deck, as well as pylons and their cables. And finally, we have span. The distance from this point to this point, this is one span. Two span. Three, etc. Here again, we have one span, two span. Okay, we specifically talked about dimensions, and we said that most words in English could be divided or used in different forms. We have adjectives, nouns, verbs. Dimensions divided into two things. We have adjective, صفات اللي هي high, long, deep, wide, and their nouns اسمائهم are height, length, depth, and width. And we talked about how to differentiate what the use of adjectives and nouns in sentences, as in number one. Here we use the noun at the beginning, and before the noun we had that where it's off. Finally, the subject is 6 meters, and you stop. If you want to use adjective, you need to put it at the end of the sentence. So we are wanting to use the noun of the something you are talking about, then is the number kilometer, and then you need to put the adjective. Finally, we talked about how to make questions. We want to ask about dimensions or ask about dimensions. Okay, we said you need how, and then the dimension you are asking about. Here, an example, the height, then is, because the door is plural, it, you are talking about the door. Here you can use it or door. The answer, if the subject or the object you are talking about singular, you need it is. If it was plural, more than one thing, you need subject. Then the number. So this is the answer. Number. And then the measurement unit. And finally, you need the adjective. Okay, so thank you for listening. So we were successful in finishing our first lesson. If you have any questions, you can contact me on the Telegram, and I will be more than welcome to answer any questions you face during the lecture. And this lecture will be recorded and uploaded in the YouTube, so you can have access to it anytime, wherever you want. Okay, so thank you very much for listening, and see you again, inshallah, in our next lecture.